visualization of you. And yes, cool. There you go. Beautiful. It is beautiful working. Let's say I'm gonna present myself, who I am, and after I'd like you guys to share a little bit who you are, a fun fact about you, why do people think you're weird? I love this one. And do you know anything about the wounds or something like this? I would say for myself, my name is Ana Casagrande. I have been studying a little bit of psychology for 10, 12 years. I have been doing this energy healing for these 12 years because at the time I had a lot of anxiety, depression, everything that you think about it, I had. To not get crazy and start understanding a little bit about myself. And for me, I have been doing this energy. I can hear me. I had a lot of anxiety, depression. Can you? I'm double hearing myself. A little bit about myself. I'm double hearing myself. Can you guys? Are you double hearing myself too?
Yes.
Yes. Gordon, I think I will have to close the Zoom because I'm double hearing myself.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. And I have to do this. Oh, it's okay now, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Then I don't need to close because I have Gordon. He's with us, and I was with him on Zoom. Seems okay now. And when
you on YouTube, Anna. Well, I can see you on the YouTube.
Okay, Gordon. Perfect.
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I will have on Zoom. Then I will delete. I will close the Zoom.
YouTube, Anna. Well, I can see you on the YouTube.
Okay, Gordon. Perfect. Thank you for the patience. Gordon, I will close on the here. Cool. Now, Gordon, you here? Gordon, you're here. Perfect. And Gordon, when you want to talk on the microphone here, you just open it up. Oh, let's start. Then after my years of healing, try to understand myself. I think on the COVID time, I found this book. And after I found this book, I read it for 4 times. And I understood how people react of the things they normally do to them, to have their reaction. Because most of the time, the person who are with us, they're just reacting who we are. After I did all my healing, I couldn't understand myself, and I was thinking I was weird, I was awkward, no one can understand me. And after this book, the first time that I read this book, I cried for the first 2 chapters. The rest I read it, but it's not that deeply, because on, I think, 2020, my first 2 wounds of rejection and abandonment was the strongest one. And that's where I focus my energy off. And after each time that I read the book, they're still there, but it's less stronger. That I can feel it, I can have the behaviors, but now I have the tools to say like, oh, that's my rejection, and I can live and start like finding ways of not going deeper on the wound. And but now I'm looking after other wounds, and that's why I've created the book club, because we can start talking about these things, and we be much faster than me reading 4 times. And now I was rereading the book, and I found other things that I haven't healed yet, and I haven't looked it up because I didn't have the awareness back then. And now I have a little bit more awareness where I should be looking and what type of wounds it's kind of bringing to surface. That's who I am. A fun fact about me, I carry my tarot readings on my bag, and sometimes I do tarot in a very awkward places, and I just give it some message. Weird about me, I just said it. It's weird and funny, and people normally, I'm very hard to fit in, but the people who I really like, they become my best friend by instance. If they don't become my friends, it will take a really, really long journey to become my friends. And the people think I'm weird because sometimes I'm like very, very high and people think I use drugs, but it's just my energy because it's very, very high energy. I like, and the wounds so far, rejection and abandoned, humiliation. Now it's the one I'm healing at the moment, and betrayal. I start my healing. I haven't go that deep yet on my betrayal, but I think with this book will help me to bring me the awareness. Yes, cool. And if you guys feel like donating, share, like for the time we are here together, for the energy we're changing, if you like to donate, you have my number. If you don't want to donate, that's completely fine. I just really want you to share with someone something you learned here today, because when we give one energy, it's very good to change for the other energy for these to turn over. And what we're gonna do, the schedule will be pretty much today we're just gonna have a very catch up to know each other, and next time I will put like you guys in groups of 3 people, then you guys can go a little bit deeper in the group, and after we're gonna come here and share. I create like a chart of emotions, and you guys can see which emotions will come, because will come a lot of emotions on the way. And also we also have the Reiki every fortnight as well. And now I would like you to be with me and answer these questions. Who would like to be first to be upfront and share with us? Let me delete this. And here.
I could do it.
Yay, thank you.
So I am Camila. Fun fact about me. Well, I don't know if everyone here is Brazilian or not, but yes, I am Brazilian, starting from scratch. I think it's really fun in my life in Australia.
Yes.
At the same time, it could be my weird part, because that requires a lot of energy. And I think we met and we got, it was love at first sight, because we both have like caffeine on our veins. We're both very energetic and enthusiastic. So that's weird for many people. Like, you're always happy like that? It's like, yeah, no, not really. But when I'm out in the world, yes, I am very happy. And it's like a choice of living. Yes, I do know the wounds. Like I started reading the book, and I feel like I have all of them at some level. But certainly rejection is the biggest one, like the one that I've been surviving throughout life, since birth. And betrayal would be the second one that I haven't even tried to work on it yet. Like rejection, I've been working on it through lots of therapy, but betrayal, I don't even know where to start.
We're together.
Yeah. Yes.
I think betrayal, I don't know, for my readings and feel it's hard to do by yourself because it's hard to recognize the patterns in yourself. I think on the group will be easier because I think everyone have all the wounds, but they have the one that stand up a little bit more in different times in your life. I think maybe in 4 years we're gonna come back here and we say, oh, we still have the wounds, but it's not in a very different level. Like, because it will not, I think we're not, what I understood for the book, it was we are not capable, we're able to heal, but not fully everything because it comes from the past lives as well. It's not only for this life, but I think it kind of some periods of time we have more the one that you would like, it's a little bit stronger. Like they're like, oh, you're here, you haven't seen me before. And we are trying to focus because of the experience we have with your parents as well. That's what she say on the first part of the book. Thank you so much, Camila, for sharing, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us all together in this process. Because as you said, I'm anxious to get new tools to figure out better ways of living. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, I feel like I can go next, if that's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, please.
My name is Patricia, and thank you so much, Thais, for bringing me along. And I'm really, really happy to be part of the group because I think, like you said, being part of these groups and debates and conversations, it's helpful for all of us because we all teaching each other and we all learning with each other. So thank you for the space. Thank you for creating this space for us.
Thank you for coming.
Fun fact, I think that I'm trying to, now that I'm more aware of things that I have to reconcile with myself, I'm trying to reconnect with things that I used to like and I used to have time to do as a child. I used to like expressing myself with drawings and be creative. So I'm doing my best to create space in my life to bring that back. And
Nice.
yeah, I think like it really like it reconnects with a part of myself that I just like I abandoned myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And weird fact about me is when I'm very I love information, I love understanding things, and I love understanding things from like on a really deep level, which is everything goes back to childhood, like everything we need to like overthink and hyperanalyze. But in a way, it's become like something good for me. Like this psychology thing. I think it has been about 2 years that I started learning about things, and I started learning about like what is wounds, what is like attachment styles. And when I was like, oh, I did it because I was trying to understand, like you said in the beginning, why do I feel like that? Why do I behave like that? And I started trying to understand that. So in the last 2 years, I have been like reading books and watching like I don't know how many hours of YouTube videos, like people that had really good information. So I think I can be weird in that way, because
Yes.
oh my god, how can she have like that much information about that? Because it's just like I spent so many hours just like going really deep into that.
Perfect. Yeah, I think because I think it's funny to see the weird thing, because it's weird for others, but like when we have our gang, it's not very weird because we can understand each other.
Yeah.
The reason why I put this question is because I used to think I was the weirdest person ever, and very similar to you. I got a lot of source information, and I realize now I have like, for example, all of you guys are together here. We're not weird.
Yeah,
no. It's like depends who you talk to. It's more about not only like on the society way. This is about the humiliation wound. And it's not about how people from the outside think. It's about finding the right ones that we can share the right information of. But yes, thank you. And which wound do you think you could fit for now? But you don't need to know.
No,
but
like,
for
I think
now,
like what you said, like everyone has a little bit of everything. But I think my biggest one is abandonment. I think like I didn't, and now I understand better why. But I think abandonment, that I think I would say that's the strongest one.
Yes, yes. It'll be very helpful. Thank you so much, Pachi, for coming and for sharing as well. Thank you. Let me put my phone to that.
I can go next.
Yay! Thank you.
I think I'm waiting because I'm thinking about the questions that I don't really know how to answer, but let's see.
It could be simple, very simple. Just like very short. Doesn't need to be like.
Yeah. Well, I'm a soul in progress, but I think, as you said, like we're all on the same boat. So the fun fact, which is it can be fun, but it can be weird as well. I am highly sensitive to everything. And I know that, of course, I'm a big empath. So there's a lot from the childhood, but there's from my soul as well. And so the same, I will cry for nothing, but like very simple things. But I'll laugh as well for very simple things, like crazy laugh. So I guess there will be the fun fact and the weird at the same time. But I'm the same with the information, like because I want to bring to the rational side of it, because the emotions are so deep that I said, okay, I have to understand that. So where does it come from? And sometimes it's hard, right, to understand, because even though we feel like I feel the rejection, I feel the injustice, but because it's your wound, it's not easy to put into steps and in a box and oh yeah, I understand now. So there's this never-ending search for healing. So it doesn't matter how, like studying or Reiki or going to the waterfall or swimming in the ocean. But so I guess we're gonna learn a lot from each other. So thanks for organizing that for us.
Thank you so much for bringing Patty and coming as well. Thank you, appreciate it a lot. And as I said, we never stop learning. But I feel we go for levels of learning, because I think when we first started, it's kind of, I don't know, I would say for my healing, I was judging others and what others said, what others say, it's all about the others. And I think when we start internalizing, understand a little bit of, I would say for me, when they start like putting the problems that I created, and I started changing like for the outside, for the inside, is like when it start hurting a little bit more. However, it was like my process of healing started to be a little bit stronger. It's not I didn't stop healing myself, but I started healing in a different level of healing, if it makes sense.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Gordon would like to share. Do you feel comfortable? I don't think it. We can't hear. We can't hear you. All good. Anyone else like to share? Like very quick introduction. Like doesn't need to go deep. Just a very simple thing. Like this is who I am. Dun, dun, dun. Then we know each other a little bit more. No, all good. Thais, do you have the book? Yes, cool. For the one who has the book, I just did you. I think you and Gordon and Camila are the one who has the book. Did you first start reading the first chapter? The first no, Ta?
No.
Ka? Did you read it?
Just started. Just started.
Okay. Oh, good. I just separated a few words in my book. If you guys would you like to read it for us, or I will read it. Wow, this is hard. This is my inner child. Wow. I will try to read as much and slowly as I can. And if you guys would like to be with me with the book, you can. And if you like to read it as well, we'll be very grateful, appreciate it, because you can help me. And we can share together. Wow.
Yeah, I can read whenever you want me to.
It's so interesting. You guys have no idea how much I don't like reading. I love audio, but having a book, a physical book, is just a miracle. And it's kind of a miracle with this book, because I had the PDF first, and I jumped to the YouTube. Then now I had to buy the book. It's kind of a way of healing, to be afraid to have a book, physical book, and reading aloud. It's kind of my inner child is screaming, "You're gonna be rejected. Your humiliation. Someone's gonna judge you. You're gonna judge your accent. You because talking for people. I think now I'm a little bit better, but reading aloud with a book, it's something that really hurts me. Are you guys are the same? You guys comfortable reading in for others, or you guys are shy as well? Like have this thing inside of you?
Same thing.
Same thing, right? Anyone past this stage?
Same thing.
I was always called by the teacher to read, maybe because I did it well at school, but that didn't mean that it was comfortable. But if I was sitting on in my chair, like on my chair reading, I was fine. Just don't ask me to go like in front of everyone to read. It's different.
Yeah. So interesting. This is, my heart is like here. It's like I was fine until I got the book. I got the book, like all the feelings start coming up. Wow, cool. Okay. Let's go for page 14 for the ones who had the book. On the third chapter, where they say, as human beings,
Yes.
yep, as human beings, we want to learn, grow intelligently through life. So when we realize as an experience to have harmful consequences, rather than blaming ourselves or others, this is the most important thing, we must accept we created. Ooh. Perhaps in an unconscious level, so we can learn it wasn't a smart or beneficial experience and not be repeated. Well, when I remember that experience, and the experience and the benefit in another time, we recall accepting experience we live through. You may allow yourself to repeat the same state or live through the same unpleasant experience several times. That's what we do. Normally, we keep repeating the same mistakes to have the same feelings and the same emotions. I would like to remind you that even if you say, I never want to go through this experience again, you'll be likely to come back until you gain necessary experience or willpower to transform. Why we don't understand for the first time around? That's a question. Hi, Gordon. Because of our ego support our beliefs to get in the way. That's very deep. Anyone would like to share any comments about this?
Can you hear me, Anna?
Yes, I can.
Ah,
Can you hear me? Yay! That's awesome, Gordon. That's amazing. You came up for the good time.
Yeah, I missed the last 30 seconds because I was trying to reset stuff so I could, because I couldn't, you couldn't hear me. I could hear you. You can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
So I don't know. I could say something. Shall I say something?
Yes. I would like you, if it's okay, because you read the book already. Could you please just share? Do you remember the first chapter, the first part? We are reading a chapter, and pretty much what we say. We don't understand the first time around of any actions that we take in life because of our ego supported our beliefs to get in the way. And it's explaining a little bit why we have to go through the wounds all over again and keep repeating the same experience. And why we do that, it's kind of explaining on that time.
Yeah.
Anyone would like to share anything? Anyone would like to say anything about this?
Yeah, you know, after I read the book, it was very clear to me that I had these conditions, these wounds, and for me, the whole most valuable thing was that instead of me believing my whole life that made these choices consciously to behave this way, I saw that it was just a reaction to like just the psychological damage that I had as a child. And the way I reacted was I didn't have a choice. It was completely fixed. And my ego told myself that I was doing this. And because I believe I have the betrayal wound, I'm a controller. So I felt like I developed a very strong willpower, which enabled me to do a lot of things. And I told myself I can do anything and I'm powerful. But then after reading the book, I realized all this was the control mechanism was protection. I was just protecting myself. And the value of that is I now see myself like an interesting stranger. Instead of like my identity being in all the things I did, like, you know, my identity is I must control everything. But I don't tell myself that. I think this is the way it needs to be. Right? And if other people don't agree, it's because they're not informed. And I need to point out how things are. That's just a feature of that particular mask. You know, that's the way it manifests as strength, because strength, then you can protect yourself. But I now see that the ego, the function of the ego is to navigate through life with the handicaps that you have. So we all have these different handicaps according to what happened in our childhood. I mean, not everyone, but we have it more extreme because we probably have more extreme parents, you know, who had the same wounds. Basically, they pass them on. I mean, that's how it works. And my dad and my mum, they got them from their dad and mum. You know, that's the way it goes. It's like a vicious circle. And we have to. It's like the buck stops here. You know, when you start to get a handle on this, it's okay, I can stop this now. I can stop this. And so what I'm trying to say is that I now see this is not a handicap. I see it as an opportunity, because when you see how you're going to behave in a situation, you have a choice. Whereas I didn't have a choice before. Now I've got a choice to say I don't have to try and change this person to suit the way I think. I'm just going to let them be the way they are. It's nothing to do with me, you know. And it's of course you have to remember to do that. But what's at the very center of my mission, if you like, in life is to become conscious, to wake up.
Yes.
And waking up means you have to shine your own consciousness onto the unconscious parts of yourself. And these wounds, these masks, they're totally unconscious until you begin to see them. And it doesn't mean to say they go away. They're not going to go away. They're going to be there. You know, you eliminate them, but just seeing them, that is an enormous change. It really is a big change. Just seeing something about yourself. It's kind of uncomfortable, but waking up is uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, and the rewards are far greater than the discomfort. You know, I mean, I'm becoming free personally. I feel I'm, you know, on a daily basis, I'm becoming more and more a free person that is not controlled by these mechanical, knee-jerk type of behaviors that I always thought was myself. And now I'm seeing that's not myself. Myself is my awareness.
Yes.
Yeah?
Thank you so much, Gordon, for being so honest and vulnerable to share. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
You can't see me.
Yeah, but next time you'll be with us in the video.
Yeah.
We will plan this better.
Now, this is great. And I just want to say thank you to Anna for putting all the work and the effort in to help people, because I mean, it's she's not doing this for money, obviously, and because I'm not giving her any. And,
yeah, you don't have a problem with that.
It's a labor of love. And
Yes.
So thanks, Anna. Like, we really
you guys
appreciate
are helping me to be like, for me, like, you have no idea, to be reading this book, it's like the next level of myself. Like, be reading, I'm just like very like grateful that you guys are here together talking about this, because this is my passion. who are here probably know me. And it's like, for me, sharing these informations and with you guys are helping so much transforming myself. That's why, like, it's a beautiful community and we're growing. Whew. Okay. Thank you. Anyone, I think maybe if you like to go for like a very short break of 5 minutes, just to breathe it in, breathe it out. Then after we will finish the first chapter and we'll wrap it up. Anyone would like to go to the toilet? Anyone would like to have some water, prep a few things? Yeah? No? Are you okay, Tanyis? I think Camila wants to go to the toilet. I think I need to go to the toilet.
Who else needs to go to the toilet? Can we have their names?
Yes, I can go to the toilet. Oh, so true. Okay, we will be back in 7:53. Okay.
All
And
right.
if you guys like to talk, you guys can talk with each other. It'll be cool. I'll be hearing.
Is anyone still there?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for sharing your stories.
Do you want to share, like, answer the questions about like funny facts and
Why did you have some questions?
would you like to share like what it's a fun fact about you, or
Fun
what
fact.
it's weird?
Well, what's the fun fact about me? Well, I think you know, I kind of said what. Well, I can elaborate on it. But I said what I always thought I was a very capable person, and I mean I am. You know, from one point of view, but what I'm seeing now is it wasn't. It's I didn't have. I couldn't help it. You know, it's like I had to do what I had to do. I couldn't not do that. It's the only path that seemed to be open to me. But the thing is, your ego tells you that it's in charge and it's making the choices. And you know, it doesn't matter which mask you have. It's just a set of behaviors that we think is ourself. You know, we think that's who we are. You know, we do these things and we feel a certain way. You know, we have these kind of like self judgments and these emotions, negative emotions about ourselves. You know, we compare ourselves to other people and somehow don't think we're measuring up. This is like your emotional attitude towards yourself. And that is the characteristic of what these wounds are. The mask is basically each person has an emotional attitude towards themselves, but they don't see it as being that. They just see it as, this is how I am. This is me. And they judge it. But in actual fact, when you drill down, you can see, well, because of what happened when you were a child, you didn't get the love or you didn't get the recognition, then you had to behave in this way. You had to compensate. So you try to find these things. And that's why people have failed relationships, because they try to get the part that's missing in themselves from another person. But really, you have to find it in yourself first. You know, you have to love yourself. I mean, I'm learning to love myself. And I think I'm a pretty cool guy, actually. And
I'm sure you are.
well, I never used to think that. I used to think I was a bit of a bastard. But now I'm saying, no, I'm not, because I didn't have a choice.
Yes.
I have compassion for myself now, because I realized I couldn't help doing what I did, and nor can any of us. You know, we're all in the same position here. And when you start to see that, you start to feel some compassion for yourself. Then you can extend that compassion to other people. But until you feel these things for yourself, I don't think you can. I think you're looking to receive these things from other people, but yeah, it always will fail, because a person cannot provide you with what you need to find for yourself. That's just my 5 cents. But I don't know if any of that was interesting about me particularly, but
Now, it was very interesting to listen to you talking about that. Thank you for sharing.
Did you hear that, Gordon?
pardon?
Did you
Did
hear
you
me?
hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
And I'm thankful for saying all of those things, like it's and like the whole compassion thing, because doesn't matter at either side of the spectrum we are, like, because sometimes we either can become avoidant and we don't know how to share feelings, we don't know how to connect with the feelings, or we can become anxious and be so insecure. And doesn't matter which side we are, we do need to have compassion, because we behave like we behaved the whole life because we didn't know any better. And we're doing the work now. We're trying to understand, and we're trying to love ourselves and do the things for ourselves that there are a lot of things we are the only ones who can actually do it. So yeah.
Yeah. It's a big responsibility, actually. It takes a lot of courage. So, all the people that are here are very courageous, because most people you can't even point these things out to them. They will just reject them so strongly. So it takes courage to see yourself, because it is quite painful.
Mm. Yeah. And you need to become responsible for the choices we make as well, because because of whatever happened when we were a child, we kept choosing the very same scenario, repeating the same lesson. And now we know better. Now we should be able to like make different choices.
I agree.
Sometimes don't beat yourself up for not making the right choice all the time. This is a slow process, and it starts with seeing. I'm just giving my experience. You start with seeing stuff, and it's a shock, actually. And I started to see how I was behaving, and it was just a knee-jerk reaction. It's kind of a shock to see that, and it's uncomfortable. But then next time, it's easier to see it because you've already seen it. You've got over the initial shock, and then you start to say, okay, this is something I can deal with now. I can make a different choice about this, about the way I'm going to behave. And I don't have to behave like that. And even if I do, I'm not going to judge myself, because I've done it my whole life. And we need to cut ourselves some slack. We're not people.
100%. Wow, thank you guys for. I think it was good, my break. It was. I think it was the best break ever, to be honest. I love to hear you guys talking, and very deeply, and very thank you so sharing everything. Just let's do a breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe it in, hold it, breathe it out. Breathe it in, hold, breathe it out. Breathe it in, hold, and out. Right. Now, I just, who has the book? We are. Hi, Gordon.
Yeah, I've got one. I'm just going to go get it.
Hey. It's page 15. If you would like to read this chapter, it's not a chapter. It's like
a paragraph, I think. Yeah.
Paragraph. That's the word. I didn't know in Portuguese.
Are you talking about the preface, Anna?
Preface. Yes.
Preface. Is that the chapter you're talking about? The first chapter?
Yeah, it's like on the everything we experience without acceptance. Can you guys find it?
We all have beliefs that prevent us. This one?
Everything on page 15. Everything we experience without accept.
Oh, yeah. Everything we experience without acceptance accumulates in the soul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyone would like to read that
I can
paragraph?
paragraph, yes.
Paragraph. Wow. Thank you.
Everything we experience without acceptance accumulates in the soul. As the soul is immortal, it continually comes back in different human forms, bringing along its accumulated soul memory. Before we are born, we decide why we want to come back and what we want to solve in our next incarnation. This decision and all that we have accumulated in the past is not recorded in our conscious memory, the memory based on intellect. It is only as time goes by that we gradually become conscious of our life path and of what we have to stop.
Thank you so much, Thais. And now page 16. This the part of like the second paragraph.
Don't let your ego fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to read it for us?
Me?
If you feel like, if you don't.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as if you can understand my accent.
Oh yeah, we can. It's a good accent. You're showing off, Gordon.
Don't let your ego fool you.
Love it.
Okay, so don't let your ego fool you. It often does everything possible to try to make you believe you have worked through a situation. There are often moments when we say to ourselves, yes, I understand why the other person acts like that, so that we don't have to look at and forgive ourselves. Our ego always tries to find a way to put aside unpleasant situations. Sometimes we accept a situation or a person without having forgiven ourselves or without even having allowed ourselves to blame that other person. That's called simply accepting the experience. I repeat, it's important to see the difference between accepting an experience and accepting ourselves. It's difficult to reach this acceptance because our ego doesn't want to admit that the only reason we go through difficult experiences is to make us aware that we do the same thing to others.
Wow.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's a pretty heavy, well, not heavy. That's a very profound paragraphs.
I would stick with heavy. I would stick with heavy. It is profound too, but
Heavy.
It's too heavy. Like
I
this
felt
one.
it.
Did you felt it?
Yeah, I felt it like right on my stomach.
Wow. Could you repeat it again, the last part, Gordon?
The last part. Okay, let's start from this bit.
It's important. I think you can. It's called simple accepting the experience.
Yeah, it's called simply accepting the experience. I repeat, it's important to see the difference between accepting an experience and accepting ourselves. It's difficult to reach this acceptance because our ego doesn't want to admit that the only reason we go through difficult experiences is to make us aware that we do the same thing to others.
Yeah. Okay. We can move on. Anyone would like to share something? No. Okay.
Now, I would like to. I'm not sure if the book goes into that, but I think we do that to ourselves. You know, like now that I became aware that I have abandonment issues, that's my wound. When I had to sit with that, I realized I was abandoning myself the whole time because I was so afraid of losing people. So I kept shrinking myself and abandoning myself because I just was trying to be accepted. So like the wound that I received, like being abandoned, like made me do the same thing to other people, but mostly to myself.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't see the things you did to other people. It's more difficult. It's more difficult to see that we're doing these things. It's easier to accept that we do them to ourselves because we think we deserve it. But we tell ourselves that we don't do these things to other people, and it's usually other people have to point it out.
Yep.
But I think it's very hard. I think especially the abandoned issues. We are raised in a society where I don't know. I think, Gordon, could you please share your experience? But I would say from Brazil, in Brazilian community, we always have to do things for others. You need to help your mom, help your grandma, help your family, but you never. I remember, like, I never heard like I need to look after myself.
Yeah.
I need to look after my things. Like I always need to go to the family stuff. I always have to look after whoever needs, but like anything about me, like it doesn't need to be like me, but like I remember I didn't do the basics, which was like organizing my bedroom or buying me like expensive things or like even simple things I didn't buy because I always think I was raised in a way where I always have to do for others and not for myself. And when you start like recognizing, Patty, these patterns on you that you abandon yourself, that's a really, really big thing.
Absolutely. And like in the
It's
same thing, like I think it's a generational thing and then also cultural, but the same thing. Like I realize I was parentified as a child. I was a child needing to help my mom to pay rent. I was taking the burden of looking after her. So she never looked after me. So like that's the abandonment thing because she needed help. But looking after myself, I was made to believe, not by her, but like, like there's a feeling, there's like belief developed that anything that's for me is selfish. So I
Mhm.
would have socks, like like I said, basic things, like pure basic things, like food, like socks. Like like I said, we're not talking about like splashing money on yourself. Like no, like basic needs that wasn't met because you believed that you had to look after others first.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patty. I really resonated with you a lot, to be honest, because I
Yeah.
have this point. And Gordon, could you please, on the cultural side of where you were raised in England, it is the same, or the abandoned issues are different? Like, or you don't recognize this in that part of the culture? Do you have an opinion about this?
Um, well, it is a different culture.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to Brazil, so I don't really know what the
I
backbone.
know it's more about you. What do you feel about this? Because I think from the Latinos, on the Italian side, it's more the abandoned issue. It's quite strong, or you have to look after others. Do you think it's like that deep on in your culture, or no?
No, not
No,
so
but-
much. I think it's more. I mean, you can't. It's hard to generalize because every family's different, you know.
Mhm.
But generally, I'd say that the attitude in the UK is you need to stand on your own 2 feet,
Aha.
which is a different thing. It's like you need to man up and do what you need to do, you know,
Okay.
rather than you must help everyone else. But I mean, it depends. It depends. You see, one of the things about in England, there's this very strong what they call a class system. So there's people who are called working class, and then there's the middle class, and then there's the upper class, and that really defined the society for hundreds of years, and it's really deeply ingrained. So if you think of yourself as being, you know, working class, even that is like it's like an inferiority complex.
Mhm.
So, and you kind of you play the role, because so some people become proud of it, like, oh, I'm working class, you know, I do this, I do that, and it becomes their personality. But really, it's just a set of learned behaviours. Like, you know, I'm just going to say this is like an observation I've made in my life. I think the number one characteristic of life on Earth is imitation.
Is what?
Imitation.
Mm.
If you think about it, when you're born, as soon as you can crawl around, you're immediately looking to everyone around you to learn how to behave to fit in.
Mhm.
And even animals do it. And everything does it. That's the chief characteristic of life on Earth. I think it is imitation. So, I mean, I'm not sure this ties in with what we're talking about exactly, but it is just so it's accidental. You know, it's an accident. If you're born in England, or you're born in Brazil, or you're born in India, in a way, there's no objective justice or truth or anything in any of these cultures. They're just imitation that have evolved because of circumstance. And then people take that on as their identity and try to give it virtue and say, oh, you know, we're a proud race and we have done this and we've done that. But really, it's just like having the wounds. It just happens. It's like an accident. And you have to deal with the consequences. And instead of like aggrandizing, you know, the ego, see, this is what the ego does. The ego takes anything you do and turns it round into something that it can say, I did it and I'm proud of it. Because that's what the ego is. It's almost like a vanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it takes everything, it steals everything good and turns it just into its own use. Because the ego cannot understand things like being present. It cannot. And it's scared of being present. It doesn't. It wants to stop you from being present, because when you're present, you escape the grips of the ego.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Gordon. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we are going to move forward for the page 17. On page 17, I will read this part. Then it's the end of the first paragraph on the we all need to accept ourselves, blah blah blah, and it's exactly what Gordon just said. Children who act naturally, who are balanced and have to the right of their self, they don't fit like this. Unfortunately, they feel like natural children, and I have an observance that most children they go through different stages. And for the second paragraph, anyone would like to read after having the experience? Anyone?
I could do it.
Thank you.
After having experienced the joy of being themselves, which is the first stage in their existence, they experience the pain of not being allowed to be themselves, the second stage. This is followed by a period of rage and rebellion, the third stage. Then, to reduce the pain, children create a new personality to become what others want them to be, the fourth stage. Some people remain in the third stage all their lives. They are always reacting, angry, or in trouble.
Wow.
That's really observant.
Yeah. It's very deep. And anyone, I'm going to read this one. During the third and the fourth stages, we created several masks, new personalities that we use protect us from the suffering for the endurance during the second stage. There are 5 such masks that correspond to the 5 great fundamental wounds inflicted on humans. And the observation that I have made several years enabled to me realize the human suffering they considered to 5 wounds. In a chronological order, I would say, in order to appear in their lives. Page 18. Rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, injustice. And she says here, the wound and the mask. The wound, it's the way that hurts in your body, and the mask, it's how the way you protect yourself when you're hurt by the wound. The rejection, withdrawal, the abandoned, the dependent, the humiliation as a mask, the masochist, the betrayal, become a controller, the injustice, become rigid. And for the page 19, on the 4th paragraph, anyone would like to read it? Now let's begin that ta-ta-ta.
I can read it.
Now let's imagine that even though your hand is bandaged, every time someone touches it, it really hurts. Someone out of love takes your hand, but you react by shouting, "Ouch, you're hurting me." You can imagine how surprised that person will be. Did they really want to hurt you? No, because if your hand hurts when someone touches it, it's only because you have not tended to your wound. The other person is not responsible for your suffering. Right, Anna? Sorry, guys. We were talking about this morning.
We were talking about, because I think I shared in the group what happened with me on Sunday. Who haven't read it? What happened was I started like a new relationship with someone, and this person was giving me all the love. And when I was feeling it, something happens out the blue. I got rejected. Not the person did anything. For my mind, like, I think it was a move. I think it was something like very simple stuff, like very, very subtle. But in my mind, I was rejected. And I started freaking out. I was really freaking out. And what I did was I left the room. I took a shower. And he came and he's talking to me really nice and kind. And I started freaking out more. And I was like, why you treating me so well? Like, why you give me love? And I was like, I was really freaking out. I didn't realize back then. I realized this now. And I asked him, he was like in my place, and I asked him to leave. I said, like, I don't want you to be here. I said, like, please leave. I don't want you to be here. And I realized I was just hurt, because in my mind, I created illusion of nothing. But I was in a very deep pain. And I realized because of the pain is in my chest, my rejection pain in my chest, I thought something was going on. And I left him. I went to salsa. I called 2 friends. I danced for an hour and a half. I felt better. And I was talking to my friend to show them I was right. When they were talking, I was hearing myself. And I was while I was talking to them, I realized how crazy I was for talking this way. And I was all about the rejection that I have inside of me. And I just like, why are you doing this, Anna? Why are you rejecting someone who wants to give you love? Why you reject someone who just want to be and look after you? And this is the wound. And I was like in so much pain. And like, if it was me in a different situation, what I would do, I was just gonna leave him. But what I did, I was very proud of, like, okay, I had my moment. It was a very show off.
You've gone, Anna.
I thought it was me by a moment. Let's that message her. Is there a reason why you guys are without camera? Thanks, Thais, for being there.
Yeah, I can't get mine to work.
Oh, that's a shame.
In fact, I couldn't even. You couldn't hear me either, and I've been fiddling around with my computer trying to get stuff. But Anna and I are going to try and work it out tomorrow. So next time it should work. I'm not that tech savvy. I only just got a phone 18 months ago, so I managed to hold out. So Anna, we lost you there for quite a bit.
You're back. Nice.
So we didn't hear everything you said, but
Sorry.
We could hear you until the part that you realized.
Okay. Whew, I think it was very emotional. I have 1% of